guys, welcome to my channel. My name's Amber and welcome to my first video on booktube. So I thought a good place for me to start would be the booktube newbie tag, and I'm just really excited to finally be, I guess, combining my two favourite things, reading and making videos. So let's get started. So the first question is, why did you start this channel? My whole childhood I'd make videos, and I did used to post some on YouTube. I was really just dedicated. I'd post so much. They're not public anymore, but I literally posted so much, and I just loved just making videos forever. I don't really know why. It's just like something that's really connected with me. I think it's because I love memory things. Like, I love looking back at pictures and videos of things. I'm just a very nostalgic person, so I think that's why. So I thought I'd conjoin my two interests of making videos and reading, and I joined booktube. I have made quite a few like short form content like on book talk, and I do have an Instagram account for books as well. So I've kind of been making book videos, but I thought I'd finally dip my toes into the YouTube world. The next question is, what are you most excited for about this new channel? And I think the main thing is the community. Like, I watch so many other bookish creators on all platforms, and the comments are always so lovely, and I find that people who read are just so nice, and I'm really excited to see if I can connect with anyone. You know, I don't know if anyone's even going to watch this video, so I could just be talking literally to my phone right now, but I just really want to find a community, and just like a community of people who love the same things as me. The next question is, why do you love reading? And this question, at first I was really like, I don't know, I just like it because I like it. But then I really thought, and I was like, reading actually really makes sense for me because I've always been very like imaginative. So when I was a child, I always loved playing like pretend, either with my friends or I would on my own. Like, I'm the youngest child, so I had to fend for myself sometimes in terms of entertainment. So I always just loved like playing as a child, and I loved my Barbie dolls. I actually played with dolls until I was 13 or 14, and I'm not embarrassed about that. You know, I know a lot of other people did as well. I always see in comments people like, I played with them until I was 14, and I was like, yeah, me too. So I loved playing make-believe, I love playing with my dolls. I loved, in terms of video games, I love The Sims. I've always since I got onto the internet, I used to watch a lot of Sims YouTubers, and then I started playing myself, and I just love, I guess, other worlds, like going into another world, which is literally what reading is. So I love The Sims, I love Minecraft. I guess I like escaping from reality, and not in like a way that's like escaping from real life. I don't know, I like going other places, I guess. I'd love to be a time traveler, and I could go other places and just explore everywhere. I'd love that. So I guess that's what reading does for me. I'm just really creative and imaginative. Creative as in my head. I'm not an artist. I'm not creative in a way that is like helpful to anything. I cannot paint a picture, but I can see things really clearly in my head, which definitely helps with reading. So basically, I did kind of ramble on there. I think I just wanted to say that I'm very imaginative, and I've always been very in my head. I love just other worlds, I guess. I don't really know how to explain that. I hope that makes sense. But yeah. Next question is, what book or series got you into reading? Now, this one I didn't know how to answer because, again, you can tell I kind of struggled with some of these. But like I said before, I've been reading I can't remember ever getting into reading. I've always just remembered reading. So I thought, like, I don't know, but I do have some, obviously, like everyone, I have some favourite childhood books, but I'm thinking I'm going to do another video where I reread them and see if they live up to how I remember them, because, you know, I remember some as being so amazing, but I'm sure they definitely aren't now. But I want to make that video, so I'm going to save, I'm not going to tell you what they are, you'll have to watch that video whenever that comes out. But when I was, I'd say about 12 or 13, I kind of fell out of love with it, just because, like, with school, and you had to read in school as like a mandatory thing in some lessons, you know, we'd have like 10 minutes of reading every day, and I think that is what kind of ruined it for me, because I could not focus in school, reading in school, and other people would be like whispering around me. I couldn't focus, and I think that's what kind of like destroyed it for me. But in 2021, I discovered the wonderful world of BookTok, and that is what drew me back in. So the book that got me back into reading is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I've got it here to show you, and I really love this book. Like, I loved it. I even made my mum read it and she loved it as well, so I definitely recommend this. I'm sure everyone's already read it. It's like really popular, so this is not really a recommendation that's like new, but yeah, this is what got me back into reading, and I'm so thankful for that. Next question is, what challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Definitely gonna be trying not to fall into a reading slump. I'm really bad at getting sucked into those, because I don't know, I really struggle with balancing my hobbies, so I always get really focused on one and the others get left behind. So right now I'm like really dedicated to reading, but like a month ago I was really into like playing The Sims, and like you can't really read and play The Sims at the same time, and like I also love watching movies, but you can't do those at the same time, so I really struggle at balancing things. But I'm really hoping that this channel will really get me to figure out how to balance things easier, so I can carry on reading whilst doing other hobbies as well. So that would definitely be my biggest challenge, trying not to fall into a slump, because I really do fall victim to a reading slump. Next question is, when did you start reading? I did already kind of answer this, but basically as long as I can remember. I was a very quiet child. You could probably tell by me just playing dolls all the time and playing, you know, like make believe by myself at home. I've always been a home person. I didn't really like going out, so reading definitely fell into that as a child. I loved reading and just like escaping from reality. But yeah, as a child, and then again in 2021 is like when I got into like more back into reading as, I guess, an adult. I wasn't an adult in 2021, I was 15, but you know, more adultish books like YA. The next question is, where do you read? Right here, I read in my bed. I find that I really struggle with reading anywhere else. Like, I sometimes read on the sofa downstairs, but that can be distracting. I get distracted very easily, if you couldn't tell. So my bed is the best place for me. Also, reading makes me tired, so if I need to have a little nap in the middle of a book, then perfect place. And I did actually attempt reading at the park and trying to really like aesthetic and cute last year. It's actually last April, so literally a year ago, and I couldn't do it. I got there, it was just a disaster. There was so much going on because it was a really hot, sunny, beautiful day, so the park was so busy. There's people playing with footballs behind me. I was so scared of getting hit, and like someone was mowing the lawn, the grass, so my hay fever was going a little crazy, and I was trying to read, and I read one chapter and I can't remember any of it, so I'll have to reread that because it just wasn't sticking in my head. So the answer of that question is only my bed. Next question is, what kind of books do you like to read? And this, I don't really have any specifics. I kind of would read anything, But I feel like my main genres are definitely fantasy and romantasy, just romance. I love a thriller book and I guess just YA in general. I'd say I read mostly everything. I'm not afraid of a genre. If a book sounds good, then I'll definitely just read it. But I am not really interested in non-fiction books. Definitely depends. I would, if like a celebrity or any like public figure, I guess, I like comes out with a book, then I would read that. So I guess biographies, autobiographies, I actually don't know the difference between those. I should probably know that if I'm going to start this channel about books. But I would read one of those. Like in general, I don't read self-help books either. I find them boring. So I guess everything other than non-fiction-y, self-help kind of books. And the last question for this video is, what does your book collection look like? And I didn't really know what this question meant, but I'm gonna answer and hopefully this is what they meant. So it's kind of like chaotic. As you can see behind me, my shelves are not really organized very well. It's meant to be like, bottom is romance, kind of going from light to dark. Middle is like fantasy, and top is just like a mixture. We've got like classics, random, thrillers, and some horrors in there. And then we do have Colleen Hoover at the top, but I'm gonna get rid of those books, don't worry, but they're just at the top for now. I have like a mixture of new books, secondhand books, and I guess those are the only two. And in terms of like what does it look like in my room, there's books everywhere. I have books on my shelves, books over here. These are the Zoella books. I love Zoella. On this shelf here, there are some books as well. My camera's here, right? Next to you is a pile of books. Behind you, there's a pile of books over there. Well, there's 3 books over there. It's not really a pile. Underneath, because you're sat on like a, I don't know, square thing from IKEA, there's books under here as well. So I have books everywhere. There's books actually on my windowsill next to me, so they're everywhere. There was some other questions as well, and that I didn't do because I was stressed thinking about them, and I realised like I have free will. I don't have to answer any questions. Like one of them was, what could you bring to booktube, something like that, and it felt like a job interview, and I was getting stressed about it, and I was like, I have free will, I don't need to answer that. But yeah, that was my booktube newbie tag. I'm really excited to be joining booktube. I'll definitely be doing a few more tag videos. These are so fun, and I feel like it's a really good way to get to know me. I feel like I like to get to know the person who I'm watching on YouTube. I love, you know, just connecting with people. So I think these are really good ways for you to get to know me, that are not just like get to know me videos like, hi, I'm 20 years old, you know, like that. This is like a bit more of a fun way that is related to books, which is going to be my main focus of my channel. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate this. I hope you can, you know, stick along for my booktube journey. I'm just gonna leave now before I carry on rambling on. I've been talking for so long. But yeah, love you all. Bye. And for a little behind the scenes, this is what was behind me the whole time. My dog. Hey, he was behind me this whole time. Did you like the video, buddy?